camera a bit. Wait one sec. Not 100% happy yet. Oh, sorry for that. So, almost there. So, sorry for that. Oh, let's, you know what, let's go over here a bit. Yeah, that's good. Okay, hey everyone. I'm doing another bit of baking. Today I'm doing a golden syrup cake. What you need is 225 grams of butter, the same amount of sugar, 450 grams of golden syrup, 450 grams of self-raising flour, 2 large eggs, 300 milliliters of milk, 4 tablespoons of golden syrup, and a tin that's buttered. My oven is preheating at 160. That's gas mark 3. So first thing I've already completed, which is melting our lovely butter, golden syrup and sugar together, and I am letting it cool so that it can be incorporated, which can take a bit, but if you randomly stir a little bit throughout preparation, you should get it cooled down. Generally takes around 10 minutes. So once that is done, you take your eggs, number 1 and number 2, and then you need your whisk, your trusty whisk. But I might as well get my spatula as well, as always. So then you beat the eggs with the milk. So how much milk did we say? 300 milliliters. So let me just pour this in here. Oh, great. 300. Little dash more. So then let's get that milk in with the eggs, and let's beat this together. So again, this recipe is something other than the syrup, because that is hot. Do not lick the spoon. I know I like to lick the spoon of things, but in this case you're making basically like a caramel, and that will be hot. So that would be something that you should be doing, not your kids. This here, bit of milk, bit of egg, whisk it all together. That can all be done by yourself. So then we need 450 grams of self-raising flour. So let's see that we get that. So, and yes, I filled my flour into a nice container. And yes, it's in part to have it look nicer in the videos, you know, because it's nicer to have a container. So I am a bit over, so let's get that back. And another spoon, and one more, just for good measure. Now we're at 450, that is fine. So let's get rid of let's put our lovely flour here, and now whisk while you pour it in to the egg and milk. So, and as always, don't worry if it gets a tiny bit messy. You know, it's a bit of fun. Have it be messy. So now we have that done. So now I need a wooden spoon this time, because we will need to beat our syrup or mix our syrup into this mixture here, and to get the lumps out, it's better to start with or to use a wooden spoon than our old whisk. No, come on, get out of there. Oh. So some of us, our batter doesn't want to exit the whisk. I wonder if it knows what's coming to it. But to be honest, I'd be a happy batter, you know, if I was being made into such a lovely cake. So now let's see that our golden syrup mixture is poured in here. This is cooled now. Look at that lovely color. So let's just put this to the side and get mixing. So and again, a bit of elbow grease, you know, is always required. So like, your kids can do the start, but I'm sure you'll be the one to finish up. Now you just kind of need to keep mixing until the lumps are gone with our wooden spoon. So let me just see if I can't use the whisk instead. I'll just put my wooden spoon here over this and just get this in here to get all the lumps out and give it a good old stir. So the lumps are leaving our mixture, which is great. And basically then all that's left, is to put our mixture into our tin. Let's just move these things out of the way. Oh, and don't forget your cleanup. And if you're doing this with your kids, you know, they can do the cleanup, or at least they can help do the cleanup. So now let's take this out. And our little lovely pan over here. You can also put some baking paper underneath here if you like. I've buttered it really well, so should be fine. If you do want to do it, don't worry about it, or just do it basically, you know. So let's get our batter into the form. And it still has that lovely golden color, so that it is really noticeable that we're making a golden syrup cake, not just any cake, you know. So let's see if we can't get another bit out of here. Yeah. So now our cake is in the tin. Our oven is preheated, which is great. So we will bake this for around 50 minutes, okay? So 50. Okay, the cake will be well risen and springy, but it'll still be very moist. You'll take it out, okay? And after a bit of cooling time, you take skewers and give it a good poke, a little bit of everywhere. And then you take a good big spoon of golden syrup and drizzle it all over your cake. And then it'll seep into your cake and it'll be really, really nicely. But leave it in the tin afterwards and then fully cool it, or fully let it cool, okay? And this cake generally probably will keep for a week, but I'm sure if you're anything like me, the cake won't last the week. But I'm told that it does get better the longer it is kept. So maybe hide it. But yeah, that's really it. Later when I spoon the syrup over it, I'll add that at the end. But overall, that's it for our recipe. And I hope you have fun also giving a good bake, and maybe, you know, post into the comments what you're baking at the moment, or did you cook something nice? And of course, like, subscribe, the little bell, watch all the videos until the end, and all that lovely YouTube rule goodness, you know, to help a dad out. Thanks for watching. As always, Steve is out. Hey guys, the cake has been baking for a little bit more than the 50 minutes because it just wasn't ready. So, but now it is. I've already pricked it with my iron here. So just to give it a good few holes so that our lovely, lovely syrup can actually get in there. So I'm not wearing gloves because I'm not touching it. So now let's start drizzling our lovely syrup. Okay. Like I always say, bit of a mess is fine. I'm just gonna get a big spoon and gonna smear it all over our lovely cake so that it gets nicely in there. And if you pull off a little bit, you know what? Stuff happens. These things just happen. So now I just want to put a little bit more straight in the middle. Just because that's the thickest part. So yeah, look at that. Look at that lovely, lovely golden syrup. So I'm gonna leave the cake cool now and then take it out of the tin, and I'll tell you how it tasted some other time. Thanks for watching Dad's making, this time golden syrup cake. The recipe can be found in the description below. Please like, share, subscribe, and click on the little bell so you get a notification whenever I do a new video. And yeah, thank you. Steve is out.